Would you like to join me for some William Shakespeare? Why not? It's a trading channel. Makes sense, right? 3 lines I will share with you from As You Like It. There's a speech, and the first 2 lines are very well known, and I like them. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. And then there's about 40 lines of very poetic Shakespearean verse that pertains to the life of a human. But the last line is probably the best. And it says, it ends, son's teeth, son's eyes, son's taste, son's everything. Tu son. Or son tu, no, tu son. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, sorry, welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. I hope you're all well and you've enjoyed your Monday. Let's dive straight in with the price action analysis. So we had a weekly closure on Bybit, which is right here. I'm on the Bybit chart. What a marvelous weekly closure. It was more or less where I referred to it before it closed. So that's pretty awesome. Now, is there a little gapperoo? Teeny tiny, and it's already been filled. So there we are. Issue over. Right, back to the weekly. You can see my Bitcoin sandwich that I've got going on here with the bottom slice, which is clearly support. That tops out around 55.7. Did I say the top slice? I meant to say bottom slice. Hopefully I said bottom slice. The top slice that starts around 71.5. And so price in between those 2 areas, in my humble opinion, is not continuation to either the upside or the downside. It is a range play. And as much as I don't want Bitcoin to spend any more time than is absolutely necessary in this range of doom that it has occupied for what feels like my entire life, but is actually only, I say only, hold on to your pants, this week will be that's right, 20th week within this range of doom. So will this be the move to break out the top? That's what everyone wants. That's what everyone wonders. Do I know? I do not know. But the last 2 weeks have been very bullish. Nice to see such a positive bounce from this low. Right, back to the daily time frame. Now, you can see so far Bitcoin has produced a quite nice uptrend. You could argue that this was a corrective, or this was like an ABC move, and then the trend either started here or here. I think it probably started. What was that? So should I try that one again? I think it probably started here, this move, trending move. So come on now, come on pen. So up, down, overshot then, sorry, up. It's the mouse, it's not me, all right? The overshoots are the mouse. Do you know what that's called? That's called a poor workman blaming his tools. But anyway, I think you can see what I'm going on about. Move up, move down, move up, move down, move up. Well, that to me is not a move down yet. It's not a move down yet. You can see how this was more of a move down, right? So this then more of, well, this is the obvious low. You could say that was a low. That's, I would say, a definite low. So far here, doesn't look like a low to me. Could become one, but doesn't look like a low to me on the daily time frame. Remember, everything is specific to the time frame to which you are paying attention. So continuation to the upside on the daily time frame. Where's the momentum? Simon, you've left it off again, you fool. Not that. I don't want that. Don't let everyone see that you're dilly-dallying with Pepe. Your kudos as a sensible trader and investor will just disappear in one of Pepe's weird grins. I don't have any positions in Pepe, but as charts go, looks quite good. Anyway, it's not financial advice. What am I doing? MACD. I hope you enjoy these videos, right? And if you do, please like and subscribe. It's quite clear, or it must be quite clear, that none of this is rehearsed. I don't rehearse. I don't even make notes. I just look at the chart and make comments on what the price action is doing. I hope you enjoy that. I think it's valuable because when I look back at my videos, which I do from time to time, I kind of get the right direction of the price. Now, I'm not saying that because, oh, look at me, I can predict price action, because I can't. No one can predict it, but you can make, or I can make logical presumptions that are based on trend and support resistance that most of the time, well, they make sense, and most of the time they kind of come to fruition. So I hope you enjoy this kind of freestyle approach to video construction that I have. And in Shakespeare's words, all the world is a stage, and men and women are but merely players. At the moment, this is my stage, so welcome. All right, so the MACD, as you can see, I've got the moving average on, don't worry about it. Just that green line there, still rising on the daily, and it will continue rising above 65,000. So that's, fair way away. That's all I have to say about the daily. What I might do for another video is look at each time that the daily in this bull run so far, so back to 15k, I might do a little sort of statistical analysis of when the MACD has crossed the zero line to the upside, what the magnitude of the move has been. But I haven't done that because I've had a busy day. But I might do it for another video. Just interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. Now, the 4 hour is right here, and you can see now, I don't know if you remember, I think it was 2 videos ago, I was talking about what might happen, probably more upside first because momentum was all to the upside. I talked about potential divergence, but that only comes into play if Bitcoin turns this into a high, and that can only be a high if it pulls back probably below here. Just a quick recap. That didn't happen, and so I was suggesting, if it doesn't happen, it may just grind to the upside. That's what's going on. And much like, I also referenced this downtrend here that had the odd impulsive move, but a lot of it wasn't so impulsive. It was more of a slow grind down. The only impulsive, in my opinion, part of this whole move down here was this section and this section. That was like a weird slow grind. The trending moves, of course they are, they're trending moves. You'll see the trend even more obviously on probably the hourly or the 15-minute time frame. And that was a very low time frame trending move to the upside, and then this was a more impulsive move to the downside. Doesn't matter, right? The direction gives you the overriding trend. I do wonder if this may grind up in a similar fashion to this, say, bash its head up against 71 and a bit, or somewhere between 71 and a bit and whatever the top is. I can't see now because there's silly things in the way. I still can't see because now that thing's in the way. Oh my goodness, why is it drawing? What is going on my chart? Get away. Give me that back. So, what is it, 73.5 or something? Something like that. You call it 74, right? So, I wonder if Bitcoin is going to grind its way up like that, up to the top, okay? If it does, as I've said in a few videos, the longer it spends in the top half of this range, the better its chances of then busting out to the top. And that's just logic, right? Because if it hits the top and reverses quite quickly, then it's more likely just to continue within the range for a longer period of time. That doesn't mean that it's then going to pop down and put in a new lower low. It might do, and I will adjust accordingly. But the longer it stays with the buying pressure as the predominant feature, the more likely it is to go on to all-time new highs. All-time new highs. Doesn't sound right, but I think it's right. And from a momentum point of view, you can see it is waning. It's not as powerful, the momentum's not as powerful for this last whole section as for this move from here to here. I mean, you can kind of see that in the price action, but it's more obvious from the momentum indicator of choice for me, which is a MACD. You can use an RSI, you can use stochastic, whatever you want to use. But it's clear the zero line, so the momentum's still to the upside. Regardless of the declining momentum, it's still to the upside, in my humble opinion. It's still way away from the zero line, so ignore that number. It just doesn't compute. However, the momentum is falling, so, and you can see it'll continue to fall below 68,120, which Bitcoin's more or less $500 below, and therefore, you know, it's got to get back above the top. At the moment, that white line is back. I don't know what it is. It really gets on my nerves. And so, but having said that, this is starting to look like on the 4-hour time frame a sideways consolidation, or just continuation of that grinding, sort of sideways and up rather than breaking down. You can see, or I can see, an obvious lower time frame support resistance line that takes off this high and that wick low. And so I would be so bold as to say, for the lower time frame, so the 4-hour, if Bitcoin can remain with 4-hour closures above, say 65.5, I would like to round it up or down to the 5,000, then this is just consolidation, and the longer it consolidates for, the more likely the move will continue within trend, and the trend is to the upside. So that would be the first suggestion to me that that resistance has been hit already. This I'm talking about if Bitcoin closes 4 hours and dailies below 65.5. If it does, that's the first suggestion for me that Bitcoin's hit its head up against some proper resistance and maybe a pullback. But it hasn't done that yet. So until it does, momentum's to the upside on all the significant time frames, and so it's more likely to make another grind sideways and up first. This is 13 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to me witter on. I hope you enjoyed this Shakespearean quote. Not my words, clearly. I'm much more a man who lived 500 years ago with a far greater mastery of the English language than I. But on that note, please join me tomorrow. Maybe I'll have a bit of philosophy to share with you. I love the the Stoic philosophy of ancient Greece and Marcus Aurelius, the famous Roman emperor. All right, take it easy. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.